Students, in yesterday's session, we have seen about how exactly telephone numbering is significant, which digits they signify the telephone exchanges, and the latter digits they signify the subscriber lines. Okay, so that we have seen, and after that, we also have seen how the presence of tandem switches. Tandem switch is something like a switch for many exchanges, exchange of exchanges. It can be thought of like that. So, how tandem switch can make the entire communication of telephony very economic. Companies can save a lot of revenue or money they can save if they make use of tandem switches. So first topic yesterday was telephone numbering. Then we also have learned what is the significance of tandem switch. About tandem switch, hardly you can expect an examiner to write the diagram and give a brief explanation. There is nothing much in the syllabus regarding or nothing much in detailing about tandem switches, at least in our syllabus. Then we also have seen how looking at the traffic analysis helps us to know which is the busy hour or busy period, and how exactly grade of service is connected with it. Okay, so we have seen that the number of trunks and the number of switches. Okay, uh, let me make a clear statement. The number of trunks as well as number of switches are designed according to the busy hour. So analysis of in a particular day, when at what duration in the day the traffic, the telephonic conversation is maximum. That will they will make a statistics, and depending on that statistics, number of trunks is designed and decided. Okay, so but on a particular day, if on a particular day, if the number of people who are interested in conversation, if they are more, okay, which is against the available statistics, then what happens is some of them may not get their turn immediately. Okay, so they will not be able to successfully make the conversation, and those are said to be blocked. Okay, so I was giving the example, if there are 100 trunks, if 100 people want to make a call, it's fine. Okay, all 100 can be successful. But if 103 people or 104 people want to make the call, then the other four, they will not be having the resources. When I say resources, what I mean is number of trunks, the availability of trunks, and availability of switches also in the exchange. Okay, so both when they are not available, one will not be able to communicate. Okay, so they are encountered with blockage. Okay, so number of blockages tells you what is the grade of service. Lesser the blockage, lesser the value of the grade of service will be. 1 out of 10 if they encounter with blockage, 1 by 10, zero point 0.1 is the grade of service. So don't ever feel that grade of service has to be higher. Okay, so it's something like Ajay sir was giving the example rank. Okay, we always want to get a smaller numerical value of rank. Okay, first rank, second rank, third rank, that is more preferred than 40th rank, 50th rank, something like that. Okay, similarly grade of service, it has to be a smaller value. If you have a uh, kind of sufficient infrastructure, then the grade of service will be very minimum. Okay, so those were the consideration yesterday. So that is busy hour and grade of service, that also we have dealt. Okay, so even when you are studying something, maybe in the beginning you have to give a thought, which topics on the in the syllabus have I considered. Okay, and after you read all those sections again, you have to be very sure, okay, these are the topics I have learned. Okay, so you have to reconfirm yourself, then only you will, like, whatever the study you are doing or reading you are doing, that will be beneficial for you. Otherwise you simply read for many number of times, but at the end if you are not remembering clearly what is studied, it will go waste. Okay, so that should not happen. And today's class, okay, we have lesser number of topics. The topics are something like this. The topics to be covered today is the distinction between simplex, half duplex, and full duplex communication. And another variety of communication, which is one-way and two-way circuits. And third topic, which we will consider, is network topologies. Okay. In the very beginning, let me make a clarification. Simplex and one-way. Okay, they are two different aspects. Okay, so this is a completely different concept. Simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. They are one particular concept, okay, variety. And one-way and two-way circuits are a different kind of classification. Okay, let us learn, study, and prepare for that in a separate way. Okay, never ever intermingle them or intermix them. Okay, so first let me consider the simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Okay, the definition in the textbook goes something like this. Simplex is one-way operation. There is no reply channel provided. Okay. For instance, you are listening to speech in television. Okay. So the orator, he will make the speech, right? So you can always just listen what is going on in the television, or the speech which is broadcasted using FM radio. You can just listen. Okay, but what you speak will not go to that particular place. Okay, I hope you are able to understand. So whatever is broadcasted in television or radio, it's a one-way communication. Whatever they broadcast, we can listen. Okay, but uh, the response hours, normally it will not reach them unless it's a live kind of television program or something like that. Normally it will be one-sided. From them, all the data information will reach us, but from our end, simultaneously we will not be able to converse them. Okay, something like our prime minister or any political leader, they are giving the speech. Okay, we will be able to listen to them, but will not be able to, on the spur of the moment, we will not be able to say anything to them. Okay, so the communication is kind of from the transmitter to the recipients, but not from the recipient to the transmitter back. Okay, so broadcasting is something where it is truly simplex. Okay, so first one is simplex, right? Then the second one is half duplex. Half duplex is a two-way service. Okay, half duplex is a two-way service in the sense the information. Okay, so please focus. Simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Simplex is only from the transmitter to the receiver. For example, as of now, all of you have kept in mute. This is a simplex communication. So whatever I am speaking, you are just listening. Okay, unless you unmute, it will not be a even half duplex or duplex as such. It will be a simplex communication. Okay, is it followed, Yashas? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Simplex
sir.
is like a broadcasting. Okay. Only one person or one entity will keep broadcasting the information, but from others, there is nothing like a feedback loop. Okay. So this is simplex. Coming to the half duplex is a two-way service. Two-way service, that means to say both the parties can communicate with each other, but there is a constraint. It is defined as transmission over a circuit capable of transmitting in either direction, but only one direction at a time. Okay. If you have two parties, A and B, of course, A can speak to B, B can speak to A, both the parties can communicate. The constraint here is when A is speaking, B is supposed to just listen. And when B is speaking, A is supposed to just listen. Okay. And for half duplex, there can be many examples. One example I feel is something like SMS service. Okay, At a time, you send it to another person, and after he sees it, he can respond back. But these messages are not going simultaneously. So this is an example for half duplex. But most importantly, our regular communication are supposed to be full duplex, in the sense when you are conversing with another friend of yours using mobile, definitely when you are speaking he will listen, and intermittently he may speak something. It has to be a, it's not time restricted kind of communication, it has to be a continuous communication from both the ends. Then only you will feel that you are conversing, he says something or she says something, and you respond it in between, and they continue and you continue to speak. So simultaneously, there is nothing like a queue. Okay, simultaneously both of you are able to send speech signals in a single medium. Okay, this is called as full duplex. And many a times, since full duplex is the maximal used, it's just simply called as duplex. So whenever if somebody says duplex, you have to understand that they are talking about full duplex. By default, duplex means full duplex. This defines simultaneous two-way independent transmission on a circuit in both the directions. All the PSTN type circuits in this text are considered using full duplex operation usually. Okay. So with that, we have understood simplexes. Only transmitter will broadcast. Receivers have just to receive. Receivers cannot play the role of transmitter at all. Okay. So this is a one-way operation. In the next slide, again, we will learn about one-way circuit. But remember, one-way communication and one-way circuit are different. One-way communication in a logical, conceptual way, whereas circuit means it's a physical entity. I'll come to that again. Okay. So simplex is a kind of purely one-way communication. The roles are defined. Transmitter is always a transmitter. Receiver is always a receiver. There is nothing like transceiver concept. Okay, our mobiles actually are transceivers, because when you speak, that also goes somewhere, and whatever your friend has spoken, that also will be received. So mobiles, they work as transceivers. Okay. Half duplex, one at a time. Both can initiate the conversation, but one at a time. And full duplex means both can simultaneously go on speaking. So that is the difference between half simplex, half duplex, and full duplex, also called as duplex. So the other variety is one-way and two-way circuits. Okay, I thought example could be better. It's something like you have a DC power supply. Okay, and through two wires you can connect it across a resistor. Okay, so DC power supply is connected to resistor. You always know that the current will flow from the DC voltage source to the resistance. Never ever current will flow from the resistor to the DC source. Okay, DC is an active source. Okay, and so this is one example I can give. Always potential generators, they can provide current to the passive device like resistor. Resistor cannot give current to any circuit. So that means to say what? From power supply to the resistor, current flows only in one direction. So this circuit is an example for one way. I can give another example. If you turn on a switch, you can make the bulb on. Okay, but not that in bulb something happens so that it will change the switch. Okay, so control is always from switch to the bulb, not from bulb to the switch. Okay, but in two way, it's a kind of circuitry where both the way the signals can flow. Okay, we human beings are examples for two-way circuits. For example, our hand movement. Okay, so if there is a signal from brain to move the hand, then the hand will move. Okay, so signal can move from brain to the hand. Similarly, you are about to touch some fire. Okay, so the hand will sense and send the signal to the brain. Okay, so it's a two-way circuit. Okay, so similarly in communication also, from one handset to the another handset, the four wire, if we make use of circuit wise, it will be a circuit in two-way. Okay, so here mechanically we are looking at the circuit configuration in case of one-way and two-way, whereas simplex, half duplex, they are logical connections. Okay, logical connection. There is a subtle but still very distinct difference between them. Okay, don't mix up these two concepts. Though they may look the same, they are not at all same. Okay, so circuit, if it is one way, signal moves from one to another. That is how it will be configured. Apart from one way and two way configurations, there is one more way of doing it. That is third option. The third option is nothing but hybrid, where one-way circuits predominate and a number of two-way circuits are provided for overflow situation. Okay, hybrid in the sense, normally one way is only preferred. Okay, in a hybrid configuration, one way only they will use. But if there is excess necessity, okay, there is a overflow, too many people are wanting to talk, then two-way trunks are also considered. Okay, so essentially there is one-way trunk and two-way, and hybrid wherein you have both one-way as well as two-way. Okay, so two-way operation in the diagram, I believe there is here this is correct, but in further diagram there is a mistake which I want to just tell you. Okay, I hope the slide is visible to you, and in the slide you can observe that from exchange A to exchange B, there are many trunks. Okay, this is a telephone exchange. This is another telephone exchange. This exchange would have been connected to many lines. This exchange would have been connected to many lines. But in between the exchanges, you have trunks. Okay, this is a two-way trunk. Okay, let us look at what is the problem you face when you go for two-way trunk. In this case, any trunk can be selected for operation in either direction. From A to B also, we can make use of the trunk, and the same trunk can be used for B to A also. We can observe that there is some fair probability that the same trunk can be selected from either side of the circuit. There's a probability. Suddenly, A also wants to make use of this trunk. It feels that anyway, this trunk is free. I will make use of it for sending a signal from A to B. The very moment, the same moment, there is a possibility that exchange B also wants to communicate something to A. Okay, so what will happen is, I mean, from here also signal, some data tends to move, and from here also some data tends to move. But what will happen is kind of collision. Both the voltages may nullify themselves also. Okay, so from both the end, if you are able to, if you are trying to communicate, if the exchanges are trying to communicate, then you have a tragic thing called as double seizure. Okay, so this should not happen. It is highly undesirable. Students, I hope you are able to understand this. These kind of trunks are called as two-way trunks. Two-way trunks in the sense, they are designed, let me repeat, they are designed such that communication can happen from A to B, also from B to A. In general, it is advantageous only, but in specific cases, time instants, when suddenly A also tries to use this trunk, B also tries to use this trunk, then there will be a collision. That is called as double seizure. So we engineers are meant for tackling such problems. Okay, whenever such problems arise, we have to go for finding some solution. This is one of the solution. Okay, one way to reduce this kind of probability of occurrence of double seizure, a kind of hitting accident. Okay, you should avoid it. Is to use normal trunk numbering from top down on one side of the circuit at the exchange A in the figure, and to reverse trunk numbering from the bottom up at the opposite side of the circuit, let us say exchange B. Okay, I'll tell you. The upper trunks are assigned for direction from A to B. The lower trunks are assigned for the opposite direction from B to A. Okay, yeah. So exchange A the numbering is something like this, top to down. Okay, on a priority basis, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so initially it will go for 1. Then if 1 is unavailable, in the sense if it is not free, then only it will consider 2. So from exchange A, the numbering happens from top to down. Okay, whereas in exchange B, the numbering will be done from bottom to up. Okay, so when you go for bottom up approach for numbering, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. Okay, now when the exchanges are trying to utilize the trunk, this exchange prefers the upper ones and this exchange prefers the lower ones. Okay, that is why there is very less probability. Okay, we can't deny that double seizure cannot happen at all, but on a normal note, we can say that most of the times here upper trunks are busy and here the lower trunks are used for connection from B to A. Here from A to B. So that's why here the information moves from left to right. Here the information moves from right to left. There are less probability that on any wire there can be kind of double seizure of the information. Okay, so this is one way approach to minimize. So here the magic is done by uh, reverse numbering, one in forward direction, another in reverse direction. So this numbering helps a lot in minimizing the double seizure. Otherwise, there is one more way of arrangement. We can go for, and here I guess the diagram is slightly mistaken in the textbook. Okay, so I think these wires only from A to B. The arrow need not be there here. A to B. If you write this also, we will give marks. But in my opinion, from A to B only the direction. Arrow should be present only here. In this case, arrow should be only on the left side, not here. Okay, so consider that when you are writing. And in a hybrid arrangement, okay, so again that numbering thing is done from A to B. Here again, these arrows need not be there. Everything from A to B, bottom, everything from B to A. But in a scenario where this is all these are occupied and all these trunks are occupied, then in between some trunks are used, so which can be two-way. Okay, the upper four are one way, and here again be very clear, the these, okay, four doesn't mean four wires only or four trunks only have to be used. Any number can be used. This is just an example. So all these, the upper ones are one way from A to B. All the lower ones are again one way from B to A. This is one method of reducing double seizure. Here, few are from A to B again, and few are from B to A. But in between, we can make use of two-way circuits. Whenever there is a overflow, there is nothing available here nor here. That case, they will go for the trunks in between. Okay, in a hybrid arrangement, the upper trunk group, this is upper trunk group. Okay, carries traffic from exchange A to exchange B exclusively. This is dedicated only from A to B. Okay. The lowest trunk group carries traffic in the opposite direction, in the sense from B to A. Okay, from B to A. The uh, middle trunk contains two-way circuits. Okay, the left out, the rest all, it should be the rest all. Middle trunk ground contains two-way circuits. Okay, these three are supposed to be two-way. Switches are programmed to select from one-way circuits first until all these circuits becomes busy. Then they may assign from a two-way circuit pool. Okay, so let us just summarize this way. There are circuits which are purely one way. There are circuits which are purely two way. But this is a configuration wherein Upper few trunks are one way from here to here. Lower few trunks are from one, again, they are also one way from here to here. But this is called as hybrid because you don't have only one way connections, but also in between some two-way connections are there. Whenever one-way connections all are occupied, okay, they're already in use, then only two-way circuit pool is considered. Okay, so I guess these two topics are clear to you. I have considered one simplex, half duplex, and full duplex communication. Broadcasting, simplex is broadcasting. Okay, television, newspaper, it's broadcasted to you. Okay, so you can't reply back in written immediately. Okay, whereas half duplex means uh, both the parties can talk, but one at a time. And full duplex means both the parties all the time, from call initiation till conversation, they can speak. Okay, so simplex, half duplex, and full duplex are more connected with the logical connection. Okay, they are more connected with the logical connection or conversation. Okay, but these are connected with one way, two way, and hybrid are connected with the physical configuration of the circuit. Okay, it's something like you use microcontroller and you connect an led. Okay, microcontroller will decide whether led has to become on or off. It's not that led will decide how microcontroller should work like. Okay, so these are the circuits. There is no conversation concept here. Microcontroller will not speak to led. There is no voice or signal flow from one to another. Here actually it's a circuitry. Okay, so one way, two way, hybrid are more on a physical level, whereas this simplex, half duplex, they are more on conceptual or logical levels. Okay, and yeah, there are three types. One is purely one way, another is two way, and the third option is you can make use of one way predominantly. Majority of the times you can make use of one way, but still there is an option of two way. There is an option of two way also. This club of both one way and two way, the last option which I said, where on a priority basis one way is used, but sometimes two way is also used. So this usage of one way together with two way, that is called as hybrid. Okay, hybrid means mix. Okay, so there is an option for one way as well as some of the occasions two way as well. Okay, so yeah, so next topic is network topology. I think I have some 5 minutes or so, or 8 minutes. Okay, I may not be able to cover the entire thing, so we again have to go for another session after a few minutes. Okay, let me just define network topology, and we would take up the other discussion in the next session. Okay. What is topo? Topo means structure. Okay. Topology means how the structure should be. Okay. See, just visualize internet. Okay. Uh, Internet is a huge entity, World Wide Web. Okay. So to that network, all of us are connected. Our mobile is connected to the internet. Our laptop is connected to the internet. Okay. And the coming days when you have IoT, many sensors, even your vehicles are connected to the internet. Okay, how the structure of the entire connectivity, how that network looks like. Okay, so that is called as network topology. That's a very general explanation, but technically speaking, the IEEE define topology as the interconnection pattern of nodes. Nodes means exchanges. Okay, interconnection pattern of nodes on a network. Okay, in a telecommunication network consists of a group of interconnected nodes, or exchanges are also called as switching centers. Okay, telephone exchange, what else actually happen? It's precisely switching in the sense exchange from A to another F. Okay, there has to be a connectivity. So that connectivity is done by switching. And when switching is done, actually information exchange starts. That's why switching centers are also called as exchanges. And technically they are called as nodes. Okay. How exactly all these nodes are connected? Okay. That pattern, whether it looks like a star or whether it looks like whatsoever the configuration appearance wise how it looks like. Okay, you have heard T network, star network, pi network, like that. Okay, how they look like, that is called as network topology. Okay, so the interconnection pattern of nodes on a network. Okay, the pattern of interconnections of nodes on a network. Node is telephone switching center. Okay, there are number of different ways we can interconnect switches in a telecommunication network. So there are different varieties of topology. Okay, so I mean there is always not a fixed way of connecting all the nodes. We can do it in many fashions. Those different styles of connections are called as network topologies. Okay, so let me close at this. Maybe after some 2-3 minutes, we shall relog in. Okay, hope it's okay. Yeah. Yes.